Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a first impressions review on a foundation of the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation right here. I do have the hydrating one, but I'm just testing out the matte one today. There's still a bit of controversy around this foundation and the shades that were released. They have said that they're coming out with new shades. Obviously, it's very disappointing, the shade range in regards to the deeper shades. I think it's something that was an oversight, and it was just so disappointing because with the Shape Tape concealer, obviously there was so many shades to choose from, and it's such a hyped up product. I love the Shape Tape concealer. It's definitely one of my favorite concealers because it just works so well. The full coverage is great and the longevity and everything like that. And then to have such a letdown with the foundation and the shade range, that kind of sucks. So I did purchase this the day that it did come out, and it did take around about a week, I think, to come to me. Now, I picked up the shade Light Medium Honey in the matte and then Medium Honey in the hydrating. I didn't know which shade I would be, but I did swatch them when I got them, and this one obviously is going to be lighter than the Medium Honey. Hopefully it matches me okay. I think that I'll need to be fairly tanned for the Medium Honey. I picked mine up from the Tarte website. I believe that that's the only real place that Australians can buy Tarte Shape Tape, especially the concealer, because it was an exclusive to Ulta. So you could only buy that from the website, and I just picked this up when it came out. If you spend over a certain amount, you get free shipping. Now this one is on their website for 54 Australian dollars, which I think is a pretty reasonable price with high-end foundations. Around, the $50 mark, $50 to $60 mark is pretty standard in Australia. This is what it looks like. It comes in this box. So it does say on the website that it's meant to smooth over pores and imperfections with rich airbrush full coverage that dries to a flawless matte finish using a unique concealer inspired wand. I'm sure you guys would have seen this, but it just looks like a big Shape Tape concealer. So that's what it looks like. And then upon opening it, I did open mine the other day to have a look. It's just got the wand. So it does say the formula absorbs oil. It absorbs oil. That's interesting. And shine while leaving skin creaseless, hydrated, free of flakiness or cakiness, and helping to improve skin health with every application. So it does claim to do a lot of things, everything that I look for in a foundation. I do have quite an oily T-zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime half of my face. I've recently been doing 2 different primers, but today I'm just going to use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter on one side, and I'm just going to have no primer on the other side. I'm going to use primer on this side, I think. And the foundation is going to match my neck and décolletage, not my face, obviously. The fake tan has just come off my face. It never lasts that long. I probably should have reapplied, but I feel like when you put fake tan on your face and wear it throughout the day, it doesn't make your makeup last as well. Maybe that's just me. I have my Kmart beauty sponge. I really like it, but it stains so easily. Like, it just doesn't come clean. And I've been using the new Daiso cleaner, which I don't think is as good as the previous. Going in with the sponge on this side. Now, I didn't wipe that off, the applicator. It's definitely not full coverage. I'm gonna take another and just, I don't know. The way that it read on the website was to just take it and then sweep it across here, and then with the remaining put it on your forehead or something like that. I guess with the applicator, it's also hard to see like how much product you're using. At least with foundations that have a pump, you can kind of tell. You're just like, oh, I had to use 6 pumps. Okay, so there's 2 layers, kind of. Look, it spreads out nice. The coverage isn't amazing. I can, obviously it's better than what I started with. In regards to perfecting my scarring and redness and everything like that. But it's not full coverage compared to some other foundations that I have used lately. The finish of it is, it's not quite matte, but it looks matte. Maybe it dries down a bit further. I'll go on this side. I'm taking my Zoeva 104 buffer brush. So that's basically one layer. It looks kind of patchy on the forehead. Yeah, I'm gonna put some more on. Hopefully the second layer will do a bit better. Yeah, that does look a lot better. I feel like the finish, like it just looks a bit more airbrushed on this side. So this is the side without the primer and I've used the brush. The forehead still looks a bit patchy. Pop some more on. Because like the application said to, you know, put the remaining on the forehead. So, but I just don't think that there was enough on the brush. So that looks a whole lot better on the forehead. I feel like this side still needs some extra product. At this stage, it doesn't look cakey, but we shall see. So that basically has 3 layers on that side. And now I can see that it looks full coverage. Might just put like a little more on this side. Why does that forehead look patchy there? Oh, it's dried quite quickly. I do have the aircon on, so like it's got air coming down onto my face on this side. I feel like the color match probably isn't the best, but I don't know what other color I would have picked. I think light medium honey had like golden undertones or yellow undertones. Let me have a look up close. That's already creasing on the side of my mouth. It's creasing all around my nose. Maybe this will help a little bit. I don't know. That's actually not helping one bit. Oh my God, it's taking it off. I'm really confused. I'm literally so confused right now. That just took it off. Like around my nose. And it was patchy on my chin. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Well, I think this is going to be a disaster, just saying. Time for a close-up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face and then come back and show you what it looks like and do a flash test and everything like that. It is currently 10 to 11 a.m. So I got a little bit of a late start, and this room is getting really hard to film first impressions because the sun doesn't stop coming in until maybe like 10. Yeah, straight away it's just, oh my God, I'm really gonna be worried about this area right here. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, guys, so it's 11:44, so it's nearly an hour later, and I've finished my makeup. Was that an hour? Yeah, nearly. Okay, so while I was doing the rest of my makeup, a few things happened. I'll insert them now. Okay, guys, so I'm just getting ready, and I've just used the Shape Tape concealer, and the foundation has come away off my nose, like, completely. I don't know what to do, but I just wanted to give that feedback that maybe these products don't go so well together. Maybe I'll try and put on some more and just get in there and blend it out really, really quickly. Maybe it's a sponge. It's taking it. Oh my God, this is a hot mess. Hot mess. Okay, guys, still filming my makeup, and I've realized that there's a big line there. That has gone so patchy. I don't know if I can even fix this. And on close inspection of my upper lip, it's creased, it's cracked, it's cakey, it looks awful. Also noticed that the non-prime side it's patchy. Look, at the end of the day, it's patchy. You can't hide that. Mainly on my forehead, I noticed it first. And then when I was doing my powder, I noticed through here was patchy. It seems to it's come okay after I reapplied, but here I didn't bother touching up. I can just see that it's patchy AF there. Prime side looks fine, looks great, looks super matte. To be honest, I don't know how I feel about it yet. And I'm probably just gonna have to wait a while to see how it goes. Like, I mean, it looks good from like half a meter away, but close up, not so good. But yeah, I will check back in with you in a few. Oh wait, I'll do a flash test. Okay guys, I had a little break because my camera was actually dead that I needed to do the flash test on. It is currently 2:15 and I've done my flash test and it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna include a picture sitting here with flash and no flash. So I've got my studio light, and then there's also going to be a dark hallway with flash and natural lighting. So please don't mind my frizzy hair, but I think it looks pretty damn good. As for like a little checkup, so I've been wearing the makeup for about 3-ish hours. Probably 3.5 hours at this point in time, or if not longer. I can already see it like going a bit oily, like in my nose, like mainly on the side without the primer. I feel like my forehead, oh, I just scratched that accidentally and that's just come off. So cool. I feel like my forehead does not look very matte. I'm just not loving it. I don't think it's going to last very well. Well, here still looks really cakey and creasy and it's just not living up to expectations. And maybe it's just today, who knows? Maybe it's just the weather today, the humidity, who really knows? But like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my God, it's amazing when I don't feel like it is. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I'm back. It is 5 o'clock. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in. Sorry if you can hear the noise of the rain, and my husband also laughing really loud watching videos on his phone. I needed to do a check-in right now because I was just editing back the footage, and also when my husband came home, he like was trying to rub something off my face and I'm like, don't touch it, I'm doing your first impressions, and he's like, it's not a very good foundation, is it? He never really says that much about my makeup, but he commented on it, which I find really funny. It's gone flaky. I have like a pimple like that's finished here and it's gone flaky, and I just like lifted it up and it's just flaking off, which maybe you can't help, but like just an FYI for those with dry skin, can go flaky. It is so creasy around here and it's so patchy. It is so patchy on my forehead. As I said, look, honestly, it hasn't even properly applied around here. Like, I really honestly thought better. And like, I was editing it back and I'm like, maybe this foundation just can't stand the humidity. Maybe it's better for a winter foundation or, you know, things like that. I honestly expected better from this foundation. I'm going to do a close up and show you. Okay, so here's the side where I've got the pimple here. Hopefully you can see that it's flaky. And the creasing that's happening here. Also my forehead, you can see that it's majorly patchy on this side without the primer, and then with the primer I can just see that my face is like glowy, and this is meant to be a matte foundation, and I don't know, guys. So I'm going to do a final check-in quite late at night, maybe like 9 o'clock or so. So then I would have worn the makeup for about 11-ish hours, I think. But yeah, I will check back in with you then. Hey guys, I'm back for my final check-in. It's about 9:30, so I would be having worn the makeup for roughly 11 hours. I honestly don't know how I feel about it because it looks pretty okay, right? It looks a bit of a hot mess, but not like super hot mess like I am an oil slick. Considering the day and the weather that we've had here, I'm pleasantly surprised. However, it still was patchy. It still was cakey and flaky, and I don't know, my forehead doesn't look any good whatsoever. However, it could be fixed up with a bit of powder. I'm just in two minds about this foundation. This part here hasn't gotten any worse. It hasn't really gotten any better. The worst thing is when you applied it straight away, the creasing was there straight away. And the fact that it was just hard to apply. And I wonder if using it a few times would change my mind on the application and figure out a better technique for it. Maybe you just need to apply the layers quite fast and you can't layer it up kind of thing. I don't know. I need to figure it out, obviously. But it has held quite well. Longevity is quite good. Everything's like pretty much intact. And I've even like been touching my chin because we went out to dinner and I know I was like resting my hand on my chin and I was just editing the footage back, and this bit on my forehead where I had the concealer, like it did not look good. It looked like a hot mess. Can't see so much now, but the patchiness on my forehead as I was applying my powder and everything, it was bad. And this bit here, that was really bad. Let's go back to the fact that it absorbs oil. Maybe it actually does. Maybe that's why it doesn't look as bad now as it did earlier. I don't know. I'm just honestly trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together because I am so freaking puzzled by this foundation. Help me. I have a lot of other foundations that look a lot worse on my upper lip than this looks right now. I don't know. I couldn't, if I were to give it a rating, I don't even know what I'd give it. Maybe like a 6 out of 10, a 7 out of 10. It's so weird. I've never used a foundation that has started off on a bad foot and then kind of I potentially have, but I really did not like this and I could not see it lasting very long. And yeah, okay, my face is oily. I can see that. I can see the oil. Everything's still intact. Yeah, the separation here isn't ideal. I just wonder, I'm just going to take no extra powder, but just do this because my forehead, well, that looks fine. Let's take some more powder. And the difference between the primed and non-primed, I think that they both look as oily as each other. Pores do look a bit better on this side. Oh yeah, I should do a close-up before I powder it. Okay, so this is the prime side and the non-prime side. So hopefully you can see the separation on above my lip and the creasing. So I've got some powder on my brush. I'll just do a bit on this side, okay? I didn't even have that much powder. I'm honestly in 2 minds about this foundation, and it's one that I've got to test it out a bit longer to see the results of it. I'd love to know if you've tried out this foundation, what you think of it, if you have oily skin, dry skin. This side legitimately looks so much more fresh now that I've just, of course it did, but sometimes you can apply powder and it can look worse. This just looks like I freshly applied it in person. That's actually what it looks like. I'm just so confused. Anyway, I'm going to finish up this first impressions here, and I will leave a playlist link down below of other foundations and other products that I've tried out. The next one I review will probably be this one here. I do have another first impressions of a Becca one that I have to edit yet, but I've got a whole bunch of ones to film. But yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come and follow me on Instagram. I post heaps of little makeup tutorials. So I filmed this look today, which will be a chit chat get ready with me, but I'll also make it into a little Instagram video as well, just a 1-minute video. I've been doing heaps of them lately. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.